We've got tips and recipes for healthy living. So for fun and inspiration, come and join us in the raw food world.
Welcome everybody, this is Matt Monarch with the Raw Food World TV show, coming at you with a quick, easy recipe I'm excited about. It's going to go with our lunch, and it can be made very easily, and it's just so simple to spicing up your meal. Check it out. Thanks, Zach, for coming on and doing this.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. This came from a tapenade recipe I did, and I changed it into what we call a maternade. What we used are sun-dried tomatoes. Normally you should just soak these for about a half hour to 45 minutes. I soaked them overnight. Should just be fine. I'm also using chive onions that I've chopped up, using both the green and the white. I'm using a whole red bell pepper. I'm also using some chilies that we picked from the garden. All of this came from the garden, as a matter of fact. So I'm using about 3/4 of a hot pepper, and I'm using a whole yellow pepper, which is spicy, but I would call it more of a medium spice, not a fiery hot. And then we're also using some fresh basil, some fresh oregano, and some fresh parsley, and a whole garlic clove. Wow. I like to use 2 garlic cloves, but Alara is a little garlic sensitive, so I'm using 1. Most of this you can do just to taste. If you want to do more parsley, more oregano, more cilantro, you're just fine using that.
I like it because it's all natural foods here. And what's so great about these sun-dried tomatoes that you keep always yelping about?
I just love that I can eat them just by themselves. I don't even need to shove them into anything. I can just pop it right into my mouth and eat it. They're very moist and very flavorful.
And you got rid of the old ones because these ones are much better.
These were much better, yeah. These
cool.
are sodium-free, salt-free sun-dried tomatoes, and they're great. They're excellent.
Cool.
Yeah. And Matt is correct. All of this came from the garden. We were able to walk out the front door and go pick what we needed, and it was just an amazing. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
Totally.
All right. So to start, do just the garlic clove by itself, so it doesn't get mixed up with everything else. It still stays whole. So you have this pulse. You'll pulse up the garlic clove to break it up. Alright. And then we'll go ahead and add some of the red bell pepper.
Woo! The hot stuff.
And the hot stuff, and the chilies.
On the bamboo plates.
On the bamboo plates. Alright, we'll pulse this up a little bit.
Oh, this is awesome.
And then we'll throw in the onions. And the herbs.
Where'd you get this idea from?
Again, I was doing a tapenade and olive spread from Ani Fio's book, and I love tomatoes, so I decided to give it a shot with sun-dried tomatoes.
Wow.
And added the rest, the onions and all the greens came. I just love spices. Once you have that finely processed, it doesn't have to be smooth, just finely processed, then you can take your soaked tomatoes, not the juice yet, just the tomatoes.
Wow.
Throw these
So this
in.
is kind of like a Zach creation.
Yeah, it's and it can become anybody's creation. You can add or remove anything you want. There's plenty of variations. I love using chipotle, and also using the soap juice from the chipotle, depending on if you like those peppers or not. But putting in that chipotle soap juice will actually give it a nice smoky flavor.
Oh, we're not done yet.
We're not done yet.
Oh man.
Now I'm going to add some spices.
I forgot to bring those over here.
Yeah, we got them right here. Oops.
This is my favorite salt. I don't know, it kind of gets me a little high, as a few other things do. But this is awesome. I think there's some really good stuff in here. It's like a mixture of 3 salts. That's why it's called sunflower salt. All right.
Okay, so what I'm going to be using today
And then we got Smoky Southern Blend by Frankie G.
Frankie G. This is also a curry blend that they had here. For the measurements I'm using, I'll do about a tablespoon of each, with the exception of the salt. And again, I've done this with a fiesta mole, which is very tasty as well. sunflower salt. Not
What do you think
quite
would happen
so
if you didn't
much.
put those spices in? You just did all the other ingredients.
Still very tasty. It's almost like this is almost like a salsa, almost like a fresh salsa, almost.
Right.
And without the spices, delicious. You can throw in some lemon. You can throw in a little bit of jalapeno.
Wow, that smells good.
Scrape down the sides periodically. When doing the chilies, use the seeds and everything. Also cilantro. Cilantro is great inside here as well, stems and all. Cilantro is amazing in this.
We didn't have cilantro?
We did not. It was the harvest was damaged.
Yeah.
And you can have it to the consistency you want. I like it to still be a little thick. I like getting those chunks of tomato. I'm going to get one more round here. I'm going to add a little bit of the soap juice. We should be good. Want to try a taste?
Sure. We're gonna eat right now, right, babe? Cool. Oh yeah.
Well, it's got a nice burn to it.
Woo! I love hot foods. Not the spicy bit, but the jalapeno bit. Wow.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Very excellent.
Good job.
There you go. Thank you very much.
And who do we got there?
Zach Wood.
And Matt Monarch, making up hot recipes. Woo! I feel that bad boy. And we'll see you again tomorrow at the Raw Food World TV show.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again at the Raw Food World.